Recording has started. So, I want to look at arrays and loops. Let's go. An array is a container that allows you to store multiple items. An array is a container that allows you to store multiple items. So, let's create an array together. To create an array, use the square braces. So when JavaScript sees the square braces, it knows that, oh, you're about to create an array. So it can store multiple items, and those items are separated from one another by a comma. So inside this array now, I can store items. So now I have 3 items in this array, and also these items in the array can be of different data types. You know, these 3 are numbers. These 3, they are numbers. I can also store a string there. JavaScript array allows you to store items of different data types. I can store a boolean, all in this single array. So how many items do I have in this array now?
5 items.
Good. We have 5
Five
items in this array. So summary of what we've said so far is that an array allows you to store multiple items, and each item is separated from the next with a comma, and it allows you to store multiple items of different data types. Let's move on. Next, arrays are 0 indexed. What that means is the first item in an array is located. See arrays as shelves, or like a bookshelf, or like a shoe rack. See it as that. So if I have a bookshelf, well, most likely if you are going to label your bookshelf, or if you are going to number your bookshelf, you are going to start numbering from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can store item at the first one, which should be 1, then to the second one, to the third one, fourth one, and like that. Now in this case, instead of it to start from 1, array starts its own numbering from 0. So if I have 10 spaces in my shelf, array assumes that the first space is located at position 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like that. Array starts its own counting or numbering from 0. We call these things, we call them positions. So when we say something is at position 0, for instance, this 8 is at position 0, because array starts its own counting from 0, not 1. Do you understand?
Yes.
Array starts its own counting from 0. These are position 0, these are position 1, these are position 2, these are position 3, these are position 4. I come again. Array starts its counting from 0. These are position 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Any question?
No question for now.
Okay. Is Amaju no longer with us?
I'm here, sir.
Any
No
questions so
questions,
far?
sir.
Okay.
No questions, sir.
Okay. Let's move on. Now, I can say that I want to see what is at position 0. So, to see what's at position 0, all I need to do is to mention the name of the array and the position I want. So what I'm saying is this should
Yes?
display the item at position 0.
Oh, Philip, how are you?
You said?
Good evening. How are you?
Mr. Jacob?
Oh, sorry, I was on the call. Sorry.
Okay, alright. So what we are saying here is that go to this array and fetch the item at position 0 for us. What will this display?
It will display it.
Good. So let's use an output command so that we can see it. We can use an alert to display it. Run it. So if we say, what is our position 2? What will this give us?
It will give us 10.
10. Good. So that's how an array works. These positions, they are called index. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to display the item at index 2. Do you get it?
Yes,
So
sir.
instead of saying position, we use the term index. Just see it as register of words in the programming world. Instead of you to call it position, you call it index. Nothing different. Nothing different. You are still saying the same thing, just that the term here is index, not position. So we are going to be using index henceforth. So this is index 2. Next, array in JavaScript. Everything in JavaScript is actually an object. Is an object. Don't worry if that looks confusing. What I want you to take home from this statement is this: we are going to treat object as a topic on its own when we are done with array. But note, all objects have two things. All objects have two things. The first is properties, and the second is methods. And come again. All objects have two things. The first is properties. The second is methods. So everything in JavaScript is actually an object. That means everything in JavaScript, including an array, has properties, and everything in JavaScript also has methods. Do we get it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. These properties, they are like characteristics of that thing. These methods, they are the functions of that thing, what that thing can do, or what you can do on that object. What that object can do, or what you can do on that object. So if an array is an object, then we know that array we have properties and array we have methods. The most popular or the most important property that we're going to look at here is called length. So whenever you are calling on properties, you just mention the property name. But whenever you are calling on method, you put parentheses at the front, like this. Do you understand? Whenever we are calling on properties, you just write it like this. Whenever you are calling on methods, you put parentheses at the front, because methods are actually functions. Then when we get to objects, you will understand properties and methods more. But note, everything in JavaScript, including an array, has properties and methods. So part of the properties of an array is length. You can check online to see some other properties that are inside an array. Just Google properties of an array in JavaScript. So one of the properties here is length. The length of an array. I mentioned this array A, and I said dot length. The length will tell you the number of items in that array. The length will tell you the number of items in the array. Any question?
I have a
No
question.
question, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
You said earlier that all objects have two things, which are properties and methods.
Yes.
And likewise, array also have properties and methods, right?
Yes.
So what's not the difference between object and array?
Like I said, everything in JavaScript is an object. Everything. Your string is an array. Is an object. Your number, like everything in JavaScript is actually an object. Do you understand?
Okay, so there's no slight difference. There's nothing that differentiates array from objects.
Okay, see it this way. See object as the parent of every other thing.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
understand? Every other thing,
Yes.
as they are like children of objects.
Oh.
So
Okay.
an array is an object. A string is an object. A number is
Okay.
an object. A function is an object.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So everything in JavaScript is actually an object. When we get to objects, we understand this statement the more.
Okay.
Or
So I have a
everything.
question.
Okay.
What you said an object is just like a parent to others, right?
Yes.
So is it possible for an array to be inside objects?
To be inside object.
Is it possible?
Yes, an array can be inside object.
An object can be inside array.
Yes, object can be inside array. Any question? Check out this
No
Waju.
question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex, so I just.
So, like I said, everything here is an object. So that means everything has properties and everything has methods. So properties are just like characteristics of that object in question. So the properties of this array include these lengths. The length of an array will tell you the number of items in that array. So how many items do we have in this array?
5 items.
So if I say a, which is the name of the array, a dot length, it will give me 5. So let's do that together. Let's move on. So what did I call methods?
Methods are functions.
Methods are those things you can do on that object, or those things that object can do. Methods are those things that object can do, or those things you can do on it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Look at it this way. I like using myself as an example. If I'm an object, then that means I have two things. What are they?
You have property and you have methods.
Good. It means I have properties and I have methods. Properties are characteristics. Methods are what I can do or what you can do on me. So let's now talk about the characteristics. The properties will include my complexion. It will include my name. It will include my age. It will include my height. Those are my characteristics. But methods will include what I can do or what you can do on me. I can eat. That's my method. I can sleep. That's one of my methods. I don't think I can dance. But I can code. That's one of my methods. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, those are my methods. But properties are what you can say about me. I mean basic characteristics. While methods are what the object can do or what you can do on that object. Do we understand this now? Check out this.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, let's look at some of the methods of an array. Since an array is an object, we've discussed that. Number one, you can add more items to this array. You can remove items from this array. And in fact, array has a lot of methods. A lot. So let's look at one of them. Array.push. I can push an item into this array. When I push an item, it comes here. We can add more items to this array. So what should we push? I can push 40. So this 40 will be inserted enter this array. So we can say alert A. Can say alert A. So when we alert A, we're going to see everything inside A. We're going to see everything inside A. So can we see the 40 is already inside this? You can also display it to your console if you want to. So let's look at some other methods you can use with the array. You can pop it. When you pop it, it's going to remove
If
the
you're
last
adding
line.
multiple,
Yes,
we
sir.
are going to separate by comma.
You said?
If you are pushing multiple items, we are going to separate by comma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can push multiple
Alright.
items. You separate them by comma. So we've popped it. By popping it, you are removing the last item. You can shift it. You can read on other properties and methods of an array. But let's proceed now. Let's proceed. And also, as time goes on, we are going to also check some other properties. When we get to year 6, we will check on some of the methods of array. We'll get to year 6. But show you why they beta y.
Yes.
Okay. Some of us
Except
don't
when you
solve
tell us to use it
You said?
in. Except when you tell us to use it in an application. But the syntax, Oyewa.
Okay. So we've looked at an array. Next, we want to look at what a loop is. Loop. A loop is used to do something over and over again. I come again. A loop is used to do something over and over again. Now, but before we go on, I want to give us a little task to see how much we understand what we've done so far. I have variable A as, let's say, 3. I have variable names as Peter, James, John. Shade, Temi, Fire. Now, I want to display Kemi. Now, and what I want you to do is, I'm coming. Okay, let's start with this. Without touching these two lines, line 11 and 12, I want to display Kemi without touching line 11 and 12. What am I going to do? I want to display Kemi without touching line 11 and 12. What am I going to do?
Are you saying that 11 and 12, we should
I don't
assume
want
that
to
it's not
touch
existing in the code?
line 11 and 12. I don't want to edit line 11 and 12. I can touch any other place. I want this line 12 to display Kemi. What am I going to do?
Okay. You can just say console.log names and you put the index of 4.
You don't understand. This line 11, 12. Line 11. I don't want to touch this. And I want this line 12 to display Kemi.
Okay.
So what am I going to do?
You change A to 4 now. No, that's not it. Like line 12, the A that is in the square bracket will be changed to 4.
No, that was why I said we are not changing. This is how you get it done. Since we are not allowed to touch these two. I said we are not touching line 11 and 12. So all you need to do
Okay.
is to set A to 4. Whenever you call on A, you actually calling on 4. Do we get it?
Ah.
Shall I understand?
And
Yes.
A is
okay,
4.
okay, but line 11 and 12 is what 12 ló máa gbé Kẹ́mi wá.
Yes. But we are
Ẹhẹ́n.
not touching it. We are not editing it.
Okay, ó ṣe clear ni. It's like we are assuming that 11 and 12 kò sí níbẹ̀. Later mo tún wá understand that 12 la fẹ́ fi pop up, la fẹ́ fi pop Kẹ́mi jáde, la fẹ́ fi print Kẹ́mi.
Yes.
Ó ti yé mi.
So by saying A equals to 4, what you're just saying is whenever you call on A, you are calling on 4.
Index 4.
So this is saying, just note, whenever we call on A, we are calling on 4, since A is 4. So, names index A, that is names index 4, this will give us Kenny. If I change the value of A to 1, what will I say?
James.
Good. So this knowledge will be necessary for the next thing we are about to do. Let's go now. We want to look at loop. Loop is used to do something over and over again, to repeat something. So let's say I want to display hello 10 times. I want to display hello 10 times. You can easily use a loop. Instead of you to write hello, 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 hello till you get to 10, you can use a loop to easily do it. Because the reason why loop is necessary is this: if you are displaying it 10 times, it may be fair. Imagine you want to display a billion times, then you won't sit down there and start writing hello. Aside that, loop even allows us to be able to even make some little manipulations while repeating that thing. Purpose of loop is to do something over and over again, but it also allows us to do some manipulation while repeating that thing. Now let's go to how it works. A loop. When you have a loop, you have a for loop, we have a while loop, and we have a do while loop. We have a for loop, we have a while loop, and we have a do while loop. In this class, we will only consider the for loop. The for loop and the while loop, they do the same thing. The do while loop is a little bit different, just a little bit. But the for loop and the while loop, they do the same thing. But we're going to look at the for loop. So let's go. When you have this like this, for now, I will just remove this. Then I will explain everything on the screen. So inside this for, after this for, you have this parenthesis. Then we have two things here. The two of them are separated with this semicolon. So let's explain the two things. The first thing is initialization. You initialize a variable. Here we are saying that let the value of variable I be 0. It can be anything. In fact, it's not a must that you use I. You can call it anything. You can say let the value of name be let the value of num be, let's say, 6. Do they get it? You are just creating a variable here. You are assigning a value to a variable. Any question?
No question yet.
No question, sir.
Okay. After assigning a value to a variable, the second thing here is a conditional statement. If the condition here is met, then it will do whatever you have inside this curly braces. Let's look at it together. Variable num is 6. Is num greater than 2? I'm asking us.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. This condition is met. For that reason, it will do whatever you have inside this curly braces. So it will console log hello. But if the condition is not met, let's say this is 12. Variable num is 6. Is 6 greater than 12?
Num is less than 12, so
So-
it's false. It means
Good. This condition is false, so it's not going to do whatever you have here. Show you whatever.
yeah.
Now, remember-
Instructor.
Then
Good. Remember, the purpose of a loop is to repeat something, not just to do it once. The primary purpose of a loop is to do something over and over again. So let's proceed. Let's change it back to so. Variable num is 6. Is 6 greater than 2? Yes, it's going to do this. It will console log hello. When it is done, it will come to the end of the loop. On getting to the end of the loop, it will come back up here. Variable num is 6. For a start again, let's take it again. Num is 6. Is 6 greater than 2? Yes, it's going to do whatever you have inside this loop. It's a console log hello. When after consoling hello, it will see this one and go back to this place. This initialization will only be done once. Shall I understand? The initialization
Yes.
will only be
Yes.
done once. But this one, when it gets to the end of the loop, it comes back here and check this condition again. If this condition is true. If it is true, of course, 6 is greater than 2. It will come again and do whatever you have here. It will console log hello. Then it will see this and come back here again and check. If this condition is true, is 6 greater than 2? Yes. It will come back again and do whatever you have here. Then console log hello. Then it will come to the end of the loop and come back here. Is it greater than 2? Yes. It will do whatever you have here. Console log hello. Then this come back again. Is it greater than 2? Yes. Shall I understand the loop change?
Yes, sir.
But the code
Yes.
here is an infinite loop. It's going to lead to infinite loop because it's going to keep doing this. This condition is to yes, do whatever we have here. Console log hello. See this, come back up. Is it greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello. Come to the end, come back up. Is it greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello. Get here, come back up. And not like that. If you just keep repeating that, the system if you it will keep doing that. But that's not what we want because this will make your browser to hang. Oh my hang browser. Infinite loop will hang your browser. So let's find a way of stopping it sometime. So we can now say num equals to num plus 1. Let's see what this means. Num is 6. Oh, sorry, I should have used minus. Oh, okay. Yeah. Num is 6, right? 6 is greater than 2.
yes.
Yes, 6 is greater than 2. Then, since this condition is met, it's going to do whatever we have here. So, what will it do? It will console log hello. It will say num equals to num minus 1. So, what is now the new value of num?
5.
5. Good. Num will now be 5. So, it will come, then it will get to the end of this place. Then come back here. Check. Is num greater than 2? What is num?
5. Greater
5.
than 2.
Num is no longer 6. Num is now 5. Is 5 greater than 2?
Yes.
Yes. It's going to do whatever we have here. Console log hello. Num equals to num minus 1. So num becomes 4. Then get to the end of this and come back up. Is num greater than 2? Is 4 greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello. Num equals to num minus 1. Num becomes 3. Then get to the end and come back up. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello. Num equals to num minus 1. Num becomes 2. Then get to the end here. Then is 2 greater than 2? No. This condition is no longer true. It's no longer true. So it will terminate the loop. Ṣé ó yé wa?
Yes, so you are.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So that's how a loop works. The idea behind a loop is this: you initialize a variable, you put a condition, then inside this place, you will write these parts. Like when you are done with everything, you want to do, you will now find a way of ensuring that the gap between whatever you have here and this place is gradually closing up. It is gradually closing up, so that a time will come when this condition will be false. Once it's false, then it will terminate the loop. I come again. You initialize a variable, you put a condition here, then when you are done with everything, you now put a line. So that line will find a way of reducing the gap between this and this, such that a time will come when it will be false. This condition will be false, and you know that once this condition is false, then it will stop that loop. So that you understand.
Yeah.
That's the idea behind writing a for loop. So when we run this code, what will we say in the browser? What are we going to say in the browser? If I run this code on the browser,
Amari hello in 5 times.
okay.
4 times, 4 times.
Yes, you are right. So we say it 4 times. You are right. Now num is 6. Is 6 greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello, which is the first line. Num minus 1. Num becomes 5. 5 greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello. It will console log hello the second time. Num minus 1. Num becomes 4. Num greater than 2? Yes. 4 greater than 2. Console log hello, which is the third time. Num equals to num minus 1. Num becomes 3. 3 greater than 2? Yes. Console log hello, which is the fourth time. Num equals to num minus 1. Num becomes 2. 2 greater than 2? No, 2 is not greater than 2, so it will terminate the loop. So we're going to see hello 4 times. Ṣé à ń gbádùn JavaScript? There, let's go to the console.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. When are we going to know that we should stop at this point?
When?
For example, if we have a way of multiple songs to play. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So when are we going to know that this is the end point? But we don't want to end this. We just want multiple music, multiple songs.
We just.
So how are we going to like multiple music?
Okay.
Just like the music on our phone now. You know, when you play one music like this, no, automatically after the end of the music, it plays another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So, and we can't say that this is the end of the music, like the number of music we want. We just want multiple music, understand? In that case, are we going to put a figure probably greater than or less than 100?
Okay, we are going to look at that.
Okay.
Let's move on. By just because tonight we'll consider that together. Let's move on. So, if I want to display hello 10 times, what do you think I will do? I want to display hello. This is hello 4 times. Hello. This is hello 4 times. Now, if you want to display it 10 times, what do you think we will write? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to write.
Sorry, I did not hear the question.
12 is greater than 2.
Okay, I said if you
If
want to
someone
display
joins
hello
the
10
device,
times, what do you think we will write?
That would be
Mr. Looks like someone is joining with 2 devices. You can kill one for the other.
Alyssa,
Is someone joining with 2 devices? Maybe from Moji's end.
Let me check.
Okay, it's just one
I don't
device.
think anybody is joining with two devices.
Okay, it's echoing. I don't really know why. So you asked a question. I did not get the question. I'm so
Okay, I
sorry.
said if you want to display hello 10 times, what do we do?
Okay. Using this, right?
Yes.
We can take num to 12 such that it will begin to reduce until when the value of num is no longer greater than 2 and it
Like
will like
this?
show yes.
Okay, let's check. Correct. Okay. Now this is right. There are different ways we can go about it. There are different ways. This is one of the ways.
Yeah.
Let's look at some other things we can do. I think somebody has joined again. Okay. So let's look at some of the other things you can do. We can say variable num equals to 1, then num less than or equal to 10. The instead of minus
Hello,
1,
sir.
it becomes plus 1. Do we
Hello,
get it?
sir.
Hello, man.
So
Yes.
you were asking a question the other time.
Yes, I said if you want to display hello 10 times, what do we do? And Mr.
Okay,
Jacob said we should change the value of num to 12, and we changed it and it worked fine. So I'm saying,
12.
yeah, so I'm saying that it's like that's the right solution. It is right. But I want us to realize that there are different ways we can go about it. I don't want us to climb this thing. I want us to understand it. So I'm giving us one of the solutions, one of the things we can do. We can write it like this. Variable num is 1. Then instead of using the greater than, we use the less than now. Num less than or equal to 10. What this is going to do is it will check if the value of 1 is less than or equal to 10. Is 1 less than or equal to 10? Yes.
Yes.
The
Yes.
condition is so. It will console log hello. Then it will say num equals to num plus 1. So num becomes 2. Num becomes 2. Then is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Console log num. Console log hello. Then num becomes 3. Then is 3 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Console log hello. So gradually you can see we are closing the gap between 1 and 10 by putting plus instead of minus. We are gradually closing the gap step by step. A time will come when this condition will no longer be true, because none will first be 1, none becomes 2, none becomes 3, none becomes 4, none becomes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Immediately none becomes 11, then this condition becomes false, so it will terminate this loop. So when we run this, we are going to see 1, 2, num 10 times, hello 10 times, sorry. Oh, I didn't put this. Share Oyewa.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you put plus? The other time you use num is equals to num minus 1, but this time around you are using num plus 1.
Yes, it's still the same logic. I said I don't want us to
Why
cram it.
is it like?
Understand the concept. The other time, the value here was greater than the value here. I've been now. Then
Yes,
we put something like
yes.
6 here, and we use something like 2 here, and we use something like this. We use something like this. So for this num to, like, we want a situation, because I said if this condition is always true, then the loop will not stop. It will keep running till eternity. You don't want that to happen. So you need to write your code in such a way that a point will come when this condition will no longer be true. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
if we
sir.
put plus here, that will not happen. This is it. Num is 6. Is 6 greater than 2?
Yes.
So if you console log hello, num equals to num plus 1, num becomes 7, abi?
Yes.
Is 7 greater than 2?
Yes.
Console log hello, num equals to num plus 1, num becomes 8, abi?
Yes.
So num become then 8 greater than 2, yes. Then on and on like that, num
Yes.
becomes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 100 is still greater than
Mm-hmm.
2. So this condition will always be true with this. Shall understand?
Yes, sir.
So we want to write our code in such a way that gradually we are going to be closing the gap between whatever you
Hmm.
have here and this. So that the time will come when this condition will be false and the loop can stop.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why we put minus here. By putting minus here, 1 is being subtracted from num. So that num will first be 6, then it becomes 5, it becomes 4, it becomes 3, then it becomes 2. 2 does not meet this condition.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yes, I get it.
So that's one. Then we also do something like this. Instead of using this, we use the less than uh, uh, equals to 10. So let's do this. Num is 1. Is 1 less than 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Console log hello. Num equals to num minus 1. Num becomes what?
-1. At the 0 then.
Num becomes
0.
0. Good. Is 0 less than 10?
Yes.
If
Yes.
you console log hello, num becomes what? Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Is minus 1 less than 10? Yes. So with this now, this gap will keep getting wider. So that this condition will
Mm-hmm.
always be true. It can never be false with this code.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we change this one to plus. By changing this to plus now, num will first be 1, then it becomes 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are gradually closing the gap. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So that the time will come when this condition will be false.
Mm.
Ṣé ká tẹ̀síwájú?
Ben. Yes.
Ṣé kò sí dàrú?
Rárá.
Okay. Let's move on. The next thing we are doing is this. Instead of displaying hello now, you know this will display hello 9 times. It will display hello 9 times.
Yeah.
Let's go so that we see the number 9 times. So we can say console log num. What do you think we will say?
It will be showing us
The index, the
1
number.
to 9.
Good. It will show us 1 to 9. Good.
Yes.
Num is 1. Is 1 greater than 9? Sorry, greater than, sorry, lesser than 10. Is 1 lesser than
Yes.
10? Yes. It will console log num, which is 1. Num plus 1, num equals to num plus 1, num becomes 2. Is 2 lesser than 10? Yes. Console log num, which is 2. Then num becomes 3, on and on like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can now say display I have concatenated with num. Shoes. So this before display I have 1 shoes, then it display I have 2 shoes, I have 3 shoes, I have 4 shoes, I have 5 shoes, I have 6 shoes, I have 7 shoes, I have 8 shoes, I have 9 shoes. Okay, let's move on. Next is we've seen how to use this on its own. Okay, now task to do. Task to do. Tell me what to do. I want to display 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I come again. I want to station by when I get to the console, I'll say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So tell me what is
Okay.
right. 10 to
We
0,
can
but
say,
in descending order.
yeah, we can say variable num is equal to 10.
Okay, now equals to
Then
10. Okay,
yes, then we give the condition
okay,
num.
okay,
Num um, less than, sorry, num greater than from 10, 9 to 1, right? Or to 0.
to 0.
Okay, so we can say num is less than or equal to 0.
Okay,
Then we begin to now decrease num by saying num will be num minus 1. We close it by num minus 1.
okay. Good. So this will give us 10 to 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Then instead of saying num equals to num minus 1, we can also write num minus. It's fine.
Minus 1.
We can leave out for it's easier to understand. It's easier to understand. Next, we want to look at something. Two very important keywords. We call them break and continue. We're going to look at them one after the other. We're going to first look at break, then we look at continue. Let's pick the first one, break. Whenever JavaScript sees the word break, it will stop the loop. The other time I said the reason it will stop the loop is if this condition is false, Abby.
Yes.
But now I'm now saying that even if this condition is true, if it sees a break, this word break inside this loop, it will stop the loop immediately. Whenever it reaches this, whenever JavaScript reaches this line, break, instantly it will terminate that loop. So let's look at scenario together. So if I run this, what are we going to see?
We're going to say just 10.
We're going to see
Just 10, 10.
good, perfect. We are going to see 10. We are going to see 10 because num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. Console log sub num, which is 10. Then it will see this word break, meaning it will terminate the loop immediately. So we see only 10. You see 10. So that's break. Now, why then is this important? Because if this is just the work of break, then we could just, in fact, we won't even need this loop. We won't. Because somehow it's preventing this loop from repeating something
Executing.
over and over again. So let's see why it is important. Remove. We can now put a conditional statement here. If num is equal to 4, break. So let's see what happens. Num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. Console
Yes.
of num 10. Is this condition to no? Num is not equal to 4, so it's not going to see this break. With that, it won't see break. So it's going to run this line. Num equals to num minus 1, num becomes 9. Is 9 greater than or equal to 0? Yes.
Yeah.
Console log num. It's a console log num, which is 9. Num greater than or equal to 4. That condition is not, num equals to 4. That condition is not true. So it will come here, num becomes 8. Is 8 greater than 0? Yes. Console log 8. This condition is not true. Num becomes 7. Is 7 greater than 0? Yes. Console log 7. This condition is not so. Num becomes 6. 6 greater than 0, yes. Num console log num, which is 6. This condition is not so. Num becomes 5. Num greater than or equal to 0, yes. 6 console log 6. This condition is not so. Num becomes 5. 5 greater than or equal to 0, yes. Console log 5. This condition is not so. Num becomes 4. Is 4 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. Console log 4. Is num equals to 4?
Yes. Break
Yes.
now.
So it will enter this if statement and it will see this break. So at that point, it will terminate the loop. So it will stop the loop. So when we check it, we will only say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Because I display lay before auto leave statement. See? So you're going to see 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Do we understand it?
Yes.
Sir,
Thank you. So we have this.
sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't get that break very well.
Okay, let's use a number that won't really disturb us. Let's use 8. What is the value of num?
10
Is 10 greater than or equal to 0?
is greater than 0.
Is this condition so?
Yes.
So meaning it's going to enter this loop, right?
Yes.
It will console log num. What will it console? Sister Moja, are we together?
Yes.
What will it console?
10.
Good. So is this condition so?
No.
So because it's not so, you know that it's not going to enter this if statement, Abby. It's not going to enter this if block.
Yes.
Abby now.
Yes. Yes.
So when it comes here, what is the value of num?
Is that minus?
Yes.
That would be 9.
Good. Now we now become 9. Do you understand this first step?
Yes.
Okay, let's proceed. So if you come back up here and check this, is 9 greater than or equal to 0?
Greater than 0.
Good. What will this console?
9.
Is num equals to 8?
No.
So it's not going to enter this if block. It will just
Yeah.
jump here. And now becomes 8.
Yes.
Is 8 greater than or equal to 0?
Greater than 0.
Yes, it's 2. Console log num,
8.
which is 8.
Yes.
Is this condition 2?
Yes.
So num is equal to 8. Because the condition is 2, it means it will do whatever we have inside this if statement, Abby.
Yes.
So meaning if you see this break, it's going to reach this break, right?
Yes.
Abby now.
Yes. Yes.
And we said that whenever JavaScript sees the word break, what will it do?
I don't know.
It terminates.
It will terminate the loop.
Okay.
Whenever it sees the word break, it will terminate the present loop. So with that, it will stop the loop immediately. Do you understand it, man?
Yes. Yes.
So when we check it, we only say 10, 9, 8.
Okay.
Shall it tẹ̀síwájú?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Let's move on. Next, you want to say another word called continue. Continue. What continue does is this. It tells JavaScript that whenever you see me, you have to skip again. What continue does is this. It tells JavaScript that whenever you see me, you need to skip whatever is between me and the end of the loop. then jump back up. I come again. It tells JavaScript that whenever you see me, you must stop everything between me and the end of the loop and jump back up. Let's look at it to understand this better. So I'll remove this and put continue. So num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. Console log num, which is 10. Let's be patient here now. It's going to see the word continue, right?
Yes.
So because of that, it's going to skip everything from that spot to the end of the loop. That's what continue does. Whenever JavaScript sees continue, it's going to skip everything from that spot to the end of this loop and jump to the top.
Yes.
Okay. So when it sees this word continue, it will skip everything. In fact, if you have a million lines of code here, it will skip everything from here to the end of the loop and jump back up. So when it sees this continue, it will skip this, then come to the end of the loop, then jumps back up. What do we have up? Hello.
The condition num is greater than or equal.
What is the value of num?
9. It's not
No,
9.
num is not 9. Num is 10.
Okay,
Remember,
10.
we read the line.
Okay, 10.
Do we get it?
Yes.
So to jump back up, num will be 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes.
Greater than 0.
Yes. It will console log num. Then it will say continue. Then continue will skip everything here to the end of the loop. Then jumps back up. Num is still 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0?
It keeps
Yes.
repeating 10.
Is that?
It keeps repeating 10 then.
Yes, sir. It's going to lead to an infinite loop. Show you will be continue share.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you want to use continue, you don't put this here. You don't. So you bring it up here. In fact, it ought to be up here right from the beginning. But sorry, not because it's not mine also. But it is easier to understand at the bottom. Yeah, that's why I love placing it at the bottom. But it ought to be at the top. Yeah, like this. Although it is at the top, still see it as though it is at the bottom. What do I mean? Imagine there is no continue here. It will still work exact way it was working. Like num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. It's not going to reach this, so no, it won't. When this condition is true, it will run whatever you have inside this place. I only place it at the bottom so that it will be easy to understand at the first, so it will be easy for me to introduce it to us. But it should be at the top here. Shall understand?
Yes, sir.
So num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. If this condition is true, it's going to run the codes here. When it is now done with all these codes, then it will now do this. Now change the value of num to 9. If num has now been changed to 9, it will now come back and check this condition. Is 9 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. It will do whatever we have here. When it's done, it will come back here and change the value of num to 8. Then check this condition. Then is 8 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, it will do whatever we have here. Then jump back here and change the value of num to 7. Shall I understand, Boshen?
Yes.
Yes. So did you now say that if it is written this way, it can still insulate it from continue, or is the same thing with when it is done?
Now,
On
let's
that
say this will insulate it from continue. It won't allow continue to affect it. Let's say, so I'll place the continue here. Variable num is 10. Is Okay, let's place it at the bottom so that at least you'll be able to see something. What can we do? Okay, good. This will help us. Console log hello. So I'll put continue between the two of them. So let's see what happens there. Num is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. It will enter the space and do whatever we have here. It will console log 10 to the console. It will log 10 to the console. Then it will see continue. Continue means keep everything from here to the end of the loop. So I understand.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it will now jump up. On jumping up, it will come here. So now will now be 9. Then is 9 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. It will do whatever we have here again. Console log num, which is 9. Then see continue. It will skip everything again, meaning it will skip at hello again. Then jumps here. Num becomes 8. Is 8 greater than 0? 8 greater than or equal to 0? Yes. It will do whatever we have here. Then num, console log num, which is 8. Continue, we skip everything and jumps back here. Num becomes 7. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, you won't see this hello in the browser at all. Shall I understand?
Yeah.
So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But there is no hello because of this continue. If there were no continue, you will see hello after each number. But since there is continue, you won't see the hello. Don't worry, I won't. We are not going to do too many things tonight. We are lining up already. I understand. Now, let's move on. So we know that with continue, it's going to skip everything. We can now do something here. We can now say, put a conditional statement here. If num is equal to 4, continue. Okay. So if we run this code, what are we going to see?
We are going to see are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are going to see 10, 9,
Okay.
8.
Okay.
No, we're going to see only wait 10, 9, 8 to down, down, down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 6, 5. Yes, 5. 10 to 5.
Okay. Sister Moji, what's your opinion?
Then we are going to see 10, 9, 8 to 4. To
Okay.
4, sir.
Okay, let's check. What this is going to do is this. Let's look at it together so that you understand it. Num is 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this condition so? Yes.
Yes.
It will check this if statement. This if statement is false. So it will console log num. Like it's going to skip the whole if statement since the condition is not so. So it's a console log num, which is 10. Then jumps here. It's going to come here when it's done with the whole loop. It will come here. Num becomes 9. Is 9 greater than 0? Yes.
Yes.
This condition is false. It will console log 9. Then num becomes 8. 8 greater than 0? Yes. This condition is false. Console log 8. Then num becomes 7. 7 greater than 0? Yes. This condition is false. Console log 7. Then num becomes 6. 6 greater than 0? Yes. This condition is false. Console log 6. Num minus and num becomes 5. 5 greater than 0? Yes. This condition is false. console log 5. Good. Now, this line, we now change the value of num to 4. Abi now.
Yes.
Yes.
Is 4 greater than or equal to 0?
Yes.
Yes. It's
So,
greater
is
than
this
zero.
condition true?
Yes.
Yes.
That means it will continue. It will see this continue, Abi.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the work of continue? Skip everything from here to the end of the loop and jump to the top. Abi now.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
uh-huh.
I. Okay. Yes.
So it's going to skip
I.
everything. Okay, so I continue.
Yeah. I forgot to complete the answer. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, right.
It
So
only
it will
skip
skip
4. Yes.
this for 4. It's not going to display console log num for 4. When num is 4, it's not going to, it's, you see this continue, meaning to skip everything to the end of the loop. Then jump here, num becomes 3. So, is this condition true? Is 3 greater than or equal to 0? Yes.
Yes.
Is this condition true? No, num is
No.
not equal to 4. Num is not 4. So if you skip all of this, it will see this. So if you console log 3, then subtract from num becomes 2. 2 greater than 0, yes. The 2 is not 4, so it's not going to enter the if statement. Then num becomes, it's console log 2. Then num becomes 1. This condition is true. 1 is greater than 0. This condition is false. Then console log 1. Then num becomes 0. Yes, 0 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. This condition is false. Console log 0. Then num becomes minus 1. Minus 1 does not satisfy this condition. So it terminates the loop. Any question?
No question.
Sister Mojishoye.
Sir, wait, I'm somehow confused though.
Okay.
Like what is it going to display
If you
on
display,
console on the console?
okay, let's use a small number.
Okay.
So that we can easily get there and we understand it. Let's say what happens. Num is 5. Abi.
Mm. Yes.
Is 5 greater than or equal to 0?
Greater.
So you know it will enter this loop, Abi.
Yes.
Abi now.
Yes. Yes.
So is this condition so?
No.
So meaning it's not going to enter this if statement, Abi now.
Yes.
So it's a console log what?
Nothing.
So,
It's a console log 5.
yes.
When it's done, when
Oh,
it gets to
yeah.
the end of this
Sorry.
base, it will come up here.
So.
What will be the
Yeah,
value
that's
of
four.
num? Num
4.
becomes 4. Is 4 greater than or equal to 0?
Greater than.
Yes. So is this condition so is 4 equals to 3?
No.
No. So it's not going to enter this if statement.
Eh,
So it will console log num, which
4.
is 4. Then jumps here. Num becomes what?
3.
So is this condition true?
Yes.
So is this condition true?
Yes.
So meaning it will enter this if statement, right?
Yes.
Abi now.
Yes. Yes.
It will see this continue. And
Yes.
remember, when it sees continue, it will skip everything from here to the end of the loop. The end of the loop is this line 14.
Okay.
It will skip everything
Okay.
and jump to the top.
Okay.
So if it jumps to the top, then it will come here and num becomes what?
2.
2. Is this condition 2?
Yes.
So is this condition 2?
No.
No. So it will console log 2. Then jumps here, num becomes 1. Then
Yes.
is this condition 2? Yes.
Yes.
Is this condition 2? No.
No.
It's equals to log 1. Jumps here, num
Okay.
becomes 0. Is this condition 2? Yes. Is this
Yes.
condition 2? No.
No.
It's equals to log 0. Then jumps here and now becomes minus 1. Is this condition 2? No, it terminates the loop. So when we check it, we see 54210. Show you.
Mm-hmm.
Show you what?
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, man.
So only three that will not show
Yes.
in the
Only three will not
console.
be displayed.
So what's not the SS?
Now, look at it this way. Look at break and continue this way. Break is like mo ti rí nǹkan tí mò ń wá. Let me
Okay.
use a good example, the one I use in that book. Imagine I have 10 boxes
Okay.
and I know that there is a gold in only one box. I come again. I have 10 boxes and I know that there is a gold in just one of the 10 boxes.
Okay.
5 of the boxes are blue, 5 of them are red. There are 10 boxes in front of me. And of course, in order to open, I have to first open the box, then check inside it to see if there is a gold in it. Shall I understand? There are 10 boxes. There's a gold in just only one of them. So I picked the first box. I checked it. There's no gold there. I throw it away. I picked the second box. There's a gold in it. Then what do I do? Since I know that there is gold in just one out of all the 10 boxes, then I can break. I can stop. Do we get it? That is for break. Break means I've seen what I am looking for. It is high time I stopped. Show you why. You use break when you are looking for
Yes.
something and you see that thing. After seeing that thing, you terminate. There is no point checking the rest. Doing that thing over and over again since you've achieved the result you want. Show you
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now let's look at continue. For continue, I have 10 boxes again. There's gold in just one. 5 of the boxes are red, 5 of them are blue. Now, someone now gave me a hint that there is gold in the blue box. I come again. Someone gave me a hint that there is a gold, that the gold is present in the blue box. So if I pick a box, the first thing I will check is what? The color now, Abi now.
Yes.
sir.
Someone has
Sorry.
told me that there is
I'm
a
so
gold.
sorry.
He said, Mr. Jacob. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was onto something. That was why I did not hear you before.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Okay. So someone has told me that there is a goat in the blue box. So once I pick a box, the first thing I will check is the color. If it is a blue box, then I will take my time to open it and check. But if I pick a box and it's red, then I can continue. I don't need to bother myself checking it. Continue means this is not what I want and I don't want to disturb myself. I can throw it away and go to the next one. Do you understand? Continue
Yes,
is
we
like
get that.
I have many things to do. And maybe imagine I'm busy and okay, our lecturers used to do this for us in school. Maybe you enter a lecturer's office and they just feel, oh, this is not who I'm looking for. Go away, go and call another person, go and call another person for me. Continue is like I don't even want to bother myself about this. So this one away, bring another one. Let me check if it is what I'm looking for. So use continue to save your time instead of checking what you don't want to, like instead of wasting your time checking everything. Since you know that, oh, it can't be this, then let me throw this away then to quickly jump to the next one. What we are doing here is that we are, instead of doing all of this, when we see continue, we are going to ignore everything from here to the end of the loop and quickly jump to the next thing. Shall I understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's when you use continue. Don't worry, as time goes on, we're going to be using the break and the continue more. Now we are done with we are done with today's class assignment. I want us to write code, to write a loop that will display 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Write a loop so that when you run it, you're going to display 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. I'll check on Monday. Any
Even
question?
numbers.
Yes, sir. Any question?
No question right now.
Okay. Sister Moji,
So,
any question?
question. Okay. No, no, sir. No for now.
Okay.
But okay, what I will just say is that probably I personally need question that will make use of this break and continue.
Is it?
I said I personally need a question that will make use of this break and continue. That
Have
you
you started the
just
task I gave you? Don't worry, when you start this, we are going to know whether it requires break and continue.
okay because I want to know when to make use of it.
Yes, when you start
Let's
the
go
little
and
assignment I
mark
gave, you will
it.
know whether it
Yes.
requires break and continue.
Okay.
Can we do the
Thank
correction
you.
together in our next class? So should I call this correction? Well, since you all get it, so we will just do the review. I think that would be revision. Share revision of mark. Yeah, we'll just look at it together in the next class. Now, let me prepare our mind for something. When you are running loop, your browser will hang. When you just start learning loop, prepare your mind. Your browser will hang. It will not respond. Because when you write infinite loop, imagine you somehow refuse to put this. Then now will always be 5. And this condition will always be 2. And it will keep running this. 5 is not equal to 3. To console log 5. Come back. 5 is greater than this. Just imagine that. So when you just first learning loop, prepare your mind. Browser might hang you. Sometimes you may have to force the browser to close. Sometimes you may even have to shut down. Just prepare your mind for it so that when it happens, you feel like okay, overhang. I need to. Don't worry, just keep writing it. Overhang, hang, learning, la. tó bá dìgbà kan kò ní hang mọ́, you get used to it, you will know what to write and all of that.
No wahala.
Alright, thank you very much. Have a lovely night rest.
Thank
Thank you so much.
you.